Uganda Eyenkya.
Everyone, I do welcome you to this media briefing. Less than a week since I last addressed you on this same subject, but it's very important to bring the nation to speed as to where we are and the goings on. Last week, in my presentation to you, I reiterated our resolve to carry on the boycott of plenary sittings and the continued tendency to committee meetings and other oversight activities to which members are obliged. Today, the Shadow Cabinet has met in our routine of Tuesday every morning, and the major was again the issue. We have resolved to reassert our continuation of the boycott of plenary sittings until government is ready and committed to make a statement, which I termed as a sequential statement, sequenced in such a way that they are responding to all the issues we raised on the floor of Parliament. And once that is done, then we will also commit to go to the House, listen, and respond. Secondly, I want to restate and reiterate our earlier position that the opposition will continue to attend committee meetings. The opposition will continue to attend to any other activities of committees within and without the confines of the parliamentary buildings. And by this communication, I want to ask of our members chairing committees, oversight committees of Parliament, the four accountability committees, Park Central, Park Kosase, Park Local Government, and Government Assurance, to continue doing their work. But in the same breath, ask and advise other chairpersons of committees of Parliament to desist from appearing to be enforcing what is unenforceable, to restrain themselves from wisecking, chasing away members of Parliament from committees. They have no such power. They are acting in total disregard of the law and common sense. So they should desist from doing so. And I want to ask my members where they find it to defy any chairperson attempting to do so. First of all, last week we had the party whips, and probably the mistake we made, we never give them occasion to speak on their own. But right now, every party literally has stated its position, and there's not anything to hide from. Including this morning in the Shadow Cabinet, the DP whip came to communicate a party position. I don't have powers to reprimand whips. That's not my space. My space is to lead the willing and to persuade the misled. That I am doing so well, and don't be shocked to answer to my brother's question here, relatedly, that whereas party headquarters are trying to assert their presence here, I can tell you that the members have defied most of their party headquarters. It's not good for a member to defy their party. It's not something I advocate for. Members should always listen to their parties, but as long as the parties are commanding them to do the right thing, I encourage members to defy parties that are ordering them to do the wrong thing. I am a consensus builder, and I love consensus. But it must be consensus on matters that are really serious. But if you're going to ask members to to simply play compliant to government whims in failing to account for human rights, then that party should be defied. Anybody saying that the budget framework paper has come, we have been in Parliament. What do you do with the budget framework paper when it comes? It is simply laid. So people are willing to simply go and receive a BFP laid. Is that serious business? It is laid and sent to committees where we actually sit. So have members forgotten how Parliament works? Laying, sent to a committee where we actually are. So I encourage members to educate their parade quarters how Parliament functions. So whoever is using the BFP as an excuse is simply being flimsy and should be ignored. Otherwise, what we are trying to do, without necessarily working to fracture parties, this platform is not supposed to be fracturing cohesion of parties. This platform should be a unifier of parties. But then I advise party leaders to be sensitive to the issues over which we boycotted the Parliament. They must be alive. The party leaders must be alive. If they play blind, they'll have nobody to lead. It's one thing to occupy a party headquarters and one thing not to have anybody following you. So I want to implore whoever is occupying a party headquarters as a leader to be sensitive to the issues in the public, to also respect the fact that as leaders in Parliament, we can never raise a boycott for the sake of a boycott. It's because it's a boycott over very serious issues in this country for which we are demanding for accountability. And therefore, we cannot relent or even fizzle about it. As to whether members are going to flex in the committees, my members are very restrained, but they are very resilient. And whoever is going to fall prey to their resilience, I don't know how it will happen, but they are very firm and resilient, and I will encourage them to defy any chairperson who attempts to raise this matter, because the matter they're trying to implement has no space in law and in our rules. So be ready to see defiance across. But I've spoken to so many chairpersons of committees, and they're sounding extremely reasonable. So I do not know what had become of my brother Fox. Probably was foxing himself. So I have advised my members to ignore his irregular instructions. Sabiti ewedde twabategeeza ebiriwo era n'okubategeeza n'okuwa obweyamo eggwanga nti we twasibira we tukyasibidde. Enkyaleero cabinet etudde era nga nze njikubiriza ne tusalawo ne twongera okuggumiza ensonga ze twasalawo omwezi kati mulamba nti tetugenda genda mu lukiiko lwa Parliament olw'olukale okutuusa nga gavumenti ewadde obweyamu n'eraga n'obwetegefu okuddamu ensonga ze twalambika ate mu bulambulukufu. Ekyokubiri, tuzeemu okukkaatiriza nti ababaka ba opposition baddembe okusigala nga batuula mu bukiiko bwa Parliament obw'enjawulo ng'ogyeko we tukulembera nga opposition n'obukiiko obulala. Era ne tubawa amagezi okujeemera chairperson wa committee yenna agezaako okubalemesa okutuula mu bukiiko basigalemu mu bukiiko obwo bakole ebibasuubirwamu okukola mu bukiiko obwo. Era susuubira muntu yenna kuvaayo naawe ekifaananyi ekirala. Era njagala kubategeeza nti kye twasalawo omwezi mulamba tewali mubaka wa opposition yenna agenda mu maaso okwekwasa nti yakitegeera. Oyo abadde takimanyi oba atakitegeera ayongera akitegeera nti twakisalawo dda mwezi mulamba ekyokuba ntutula mu bukiiko obwo. Ensonga endala, be bannaffe abava mu bibiina ebimu abaweereddwa ebiragiro nga aba-FDC n'aba-DP nti bo babalagidde ku bitebe byabwe okuddayo mu Parliament. Oba waliyo statement oba tewali statement ekoleddwa. Twagala okutegeeza eggwanga Fenga abakulembeze opposition in parliament tetugenda kukola wannampala ku bibiina bya bufuzi, naye tulina obuvunaanyizibwa okunnyonnyolegana ne bannaffe abali mu parliament okutegeera ekyo ekiriwo ate nabo bakitegeeza ebibiina mwe bava. Mu kiseera kino tukyalwanira okulabika nga tubeera wamu, tutambulira wamu. Ababaka ba parliament abo abaweereddwa ebiragiro ffe tubakubiriza okutunuulira obulungi bw'eggwanga, bakole bulungi bwa nsi so si bulungi bwa kibiina. Era tulowooza nti bulungi bwa nsi yajja tukuumira wamu. Oluvannyuma nga tumaze okukola bulungi bwa nsi, buli muntu anaddayo n'alima omutala gwe mu kibiina mwava. Ebiragiro bya sipiika bye yawa ekirungi naye tabifuddeeko bigoberera nga bwe twabirowoozaako, naye ndowooza bwabirowoozaako. Era bw'olaba omuntu nga ekintu takigoberedde tomuweera ennembya, ayinza okulowooza nti olina lukongoolo. N'olwekyo ababaka baffe tubagambye bagende mu maaso nga batula mu bukiiko. Singa wanaabaawo ekisingako awo kyekiyinza otulowoozesa okukolawo ekirala. Naye mu kiseera kino nabaddeko mu lukiiko olumu ne sipiika olw'akakiiko akasunsula abalondeddwa president, twaluyiseemu bulungi nnyo nga tewali asonze munne lunwe. Era ekyo kyensuubira. Ndowooza sipiika abakulembera obukiiko gwe mwandirabiddeko ne mulekera okugenda nga mukulunga olugezigezi bwe mutategeera, nga muwa ebiragiro ebyekimpatiira, obanga omukulu wa parliament yabalaze ekyo okukola nti olwo olugezigezi lwe mukulunga telulina makulu, ababaka baffe bagende mu maaso. Swagala kulaba ababaka nga batyoboolerwa ng'ekyakoleddwa mu kakiiko ak'amateeka. Era ekyewuunyisa nti abakakubiriza nga nabo bannamateeka, nga n'amateeka agatandikirwako tebasobola gataputa. N'olwekyo ababaka baffe mugende mu maaso mu bukiiko obwo, mukole omulimu gwammwe, mukole obwakalondoozi mu bukiiko obwo, ebinaaba bisinzeeko awo, era tujja kuba tubikkaanyaako nga bwe tukola bulijjo nga tudde wano ffenna. Tubawulira abakulu abo era tubawa ekitiibwa. Ekyennaku abo bonna abawakanya kye twakola tewali avaayo na kyakukola kirala. Nindiridde bye batuwaako amagezi okukola naye sinabiraba mu buwandiike bwa mu bigambo byabwe. Njala kulowooza nti nabo ekyokukola tebakimanyi. Bawe omukisa ffe abamanyi kye tukola, tubawe obukulembeze ku nsonga eno. Naye ekyokugamba nti batugamba nti batutegeera, bawulirize, bajja kutegeera. Ekyokubiri, tetulina njawukanya lyisuze mu bibiina. Ensonga eno bulwanga lwa mmindi etugasse ng'ebibiina ebyenjawulo. Mubadde wano mu press conferences bwe mpita caucus eyawamu opposition, ababaka abajja mu balaba mu bungi bwabwe bajjayo ekifaananyi eky'ebibiina byonna ebiri mu opposition. Naye n'ababaka abakulembeze b'ebibiina njala kubawa amagezi nti ensonga bagikwate n'obwegendereza. Bayinza okwesanga nga bakulembedde entebe zaabwe na bizimbe ng'ababaka tebabalina. So baggule amatu, bawulirize, bagoberere. Sinza omu kubaagala ababaka bajeemere ebibiina byabwe, naye ensonga eziriwo abakulembeze b'ebibiina batazikwata na bwegendereza zijja balaka nga beekulembera na ssimbo za bibiina byokka na ntebe ze batuulamu.
Well, this morning we have had an in-house meeting regarding the investigation, regarding to the issues we are investigating. The prime witness, and that is the Honorable Kinyamatama, wrote to this committee that she will not be able to appear before us due to some circumstances beyond our control. And we have accepted that because we need to give time to every witness whom we have summoned to appear here to prepare himself or herself. And that's why today we have had an in-house meeting to decide when can we be able to resume. And we have resolved that on the 7th of December, the committee will continue with the investigation into the issues of the misconduct of the Honorable Member of Parliament, Honorable Zake. That is on the 7th of December. Regarding the standoff in the various committees, especially here, you recall there was some rumors being reported that some members were being blocked, that the security was blocking people at the gate, and we ruled over that. We said there's no security block, no one has been blocked. The Speaker last week made made a communication. But that communication should have been forwarded, should have been directed, should have been forwarded to the committee leaders. The directives which the speaker gave or in her communication, it was in regards to Rule 85 of the Rules of Procedure. That is the general behavior of members of Parliament. And we looked at Appendix 5, F12 rather, Appendix F12 of the Rules of Procedure, which states that for any matter which is not provided for members may seek advice of the Speaker or of the Committee on Rules, Privileges and Discipline. The directive of the Speaker regarding suspending members who have not been appearing in the House for 15 days and so forth, those who are on the sit-down strike or have walked out of Parliament, it has not been provided, and we find it very difficult to implement that. No sectoral leader or no chairperson of any committee can legally stop any member from attending, because no written communication has been forwarded by the clerk to the committee chairpersons. And that's why yesterday I asked the Honorable Lokwago, can you give that evidence? Can you provide that proof that yes, a directive has been issued and this is? Because you cannot quote that, yes, the answer states that the answered record shows that the Speaker gave a directive. But that directive cannot be implemented if the clerk has not forwarded it to the to the chairpersons of the different committee. So we are waiting whether the clerk will forward it this afternoon or tomorrow. In any case, regarding this issue, the work of the Committee on Rules, Discipline and Privileges of Parliament, one of its cardinal rule or mandate is to guide the presiding officers, to guide the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker in the implementation of the rules. Much as they are the sole custodians of the rules, they are also to be guided. Everyone is entitled to his interpretation, but the truth would still stand. The Speaker communicated, yes. It was verbal, recorded on the answer. But a directive has to be forwarded by the clerk of Parliament. That is when the directive will begin to take on. It is we can seek guidance from the Speaker, and the Speaker can also seek guidance from the Committee on Rules, for which we have already done. We have already met the Speaker on the same, and whatever we have discussed with the Speaker cannot now bring it here to you people, because we have not been given the mandate. I'm not the spokesperson of the Speaker. You know, well, we communicated to all the members of this committee. We wrote to them that they must all come, they must come and attend the committee meeting. And that's why you look at the composition of the members. You see now an FDC, a new, what have you, Cecilia Gwala. So the directive is that our position as committee on rules, no official communication has been forwarded by the clerk to the committee chairs to stop any member from attending committee meeting. That's the position. So we want to put the record clear. Okay. He acted on his own, and I think that is the excitement, legal excitement. I call it legal excitement of the Honorable Chair, because he should have known, as the chair of legal committee, that for one to act on the communication of the Speaker, there must be a formal, a written document that you can prove, you can lay that this is what I have, what I've received from the clerk, and I'm acting on this. So it was just a legal excitement of the Honorable Fox.
mu nsi buli omu alina ekirooto kuba kuwaguza kulafuubana n'okulemerako okutuuka ku buwanguzi. Ddala wamma ggwe luba lunaku mulindwa okyasobeddwa eka ne mu kibira nga weebuuza omuntu omutuufu anaakutuusa ku makula g'ebirooto byo oba okooye kuferebwa. Kankwanjulire aba Brand Pro Property Services Limited abeegulidde erinnya mu kutuukiriza ebirooto by'abantu ebyekuusa ku ttaka. Bagula wamu n'okutunda ettaka n'amayumba ku buli luguudo lwa Uganda wamu n'okwetooloola ensi yonna mu mawanga agatali gamu nga USA, India wamu ne Bungereza. Tulina estates eziwedde okuzimbibwa. Gano makula bukula weegulire ennyumba ey'ekirooto kyo olwaleero ku bbeeyi esoboka. Naawe anoonyeeza okupangisa tuzirina ng'ate tusobola n'okukulaakulanya ettaka, amayumba oba estates zo ne zeegombesa buli muntu. Oyagala saveya oba olina ekizibu kyonna nga kyekuusa ku ttaka, bitukwase g'osirike. Tusangibwa ku MT House ku maliro ogusooka Room 5 ewazana ku Entebbe Road okuliraana ekizimbe kya Muguluma Empire. Osobola okutukubira oba okutuweereza obubaka ku WhatsApp namba zaffe Note 773 216 58 Note oba Note 703 824 Note 79 ne ku website www.brandpro.co.ug. ate mwe bankuba kyeyo ebyammwe byateredde anti osobola okugula poloti oba okufuna ennyumba n'okomawo nga buli kimu kiri malidaadi saana. Sebatuka abafera olwaleero ng'okolagana ne Brand Pro Property Services Limited tutuukiriza birooto.
The Minister of Defense, no, the Minister of Security wrote to me and asked for an additional 1 week, which ended yesterday. I am now directing that the executive presents the report to this House tomorrow. The executive, let's be accountable to this country, let's be transparent, and let's do what we've been sent to do in this House. So let's have the report tomorrow presented on the floor. I want to thank you so much, and thank you for coming for the sitting. The VP, welcome in the public gallery this afternoon of this country, Honorable Jessica Lupo-Epel, Honorable Ogwang Peter, Honorable Ogwang Peter, Minister of Sport. Honorable members, I gave an order which I need a response from executive. Can I first hear from executive?
Right, Honorable Speaker, following your directive, government will give the statement as you have directed through the Ministry of Internal Affairs tomorrow. I just want to assure you that it will be here tomorrow. I thank you.
Thank you so much. The Prime Minister, the Vice President.
Right Honorable Speaker, colleagues, the matter which the Right Honorable Speaker has raised is indeed pertinent to government and indeed all of us. And Right Honorable Speaker, yesterday in Cabinet, His Excellency the President himself highlighted that government through responsible ministries, departments and agencies should expeditiously handle that matter and share the facts with the members of this House, but most importantly also members of the community. It is an issue, Madam Speaker, which is being handled professionally, and therefore I would like to assure members of this House that let's work as a team and give due diligence and allow appropriate time to those that are handling the matter. If they are here on the floor of the House and they ask for some ample time, let's give them that respect so that they do due diligence and give us a full report that is satisfactory and that is factual. So, Right Honorable Speaker, I want to thank you for the concern, but also assure you that government is taking up the matter even at its highest level. I thank you, Speaker and colleagues.
Thank you so much. Meanwhile, as we give the government time, we will receive a partial report tomorrow.
Uganda Eyenkya.